one. Up everywhere. All right, I think we are live. We are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another Friday edition of the, well, TGIF stream. Happy TGIF to everybody. Welcome in with your boy Ranger J 1999 on this Friday. Happy TGIF. Thought I'd hang out with you guys for a little bit for the madness of Scribbles and Sues tonight, which is tradition. Gonna do a little drinky, little time, just hang out, do some stuff in Star Wars Galaxy Heroes, no big whoop, you know the deal, give you greeting, get your questions in, do all that stuff. I'm gonna pour myself a little John Daniels as we speak. Sorry I'm a little bit late. I was gonna do this 10 minutes ago, but one of our local elected officials, councilman came by, running for office, and wanted to talk. And well, that happens, you know, Skeletor. Sometimes, you know, you got to do that stuff. Came in and yeah, it was a little toasty. But right when I'm getting ready to start the stream, Buddy started, you know, doing Buddy things, barking his goddamn head off. And so I went up there. I'm like, Buddy, if there's nobody at this door, I'm going to get you, little bud. I'm getting ready to stream. This better be muy importante. And there he was, sitting there, and he wanted to talk to us real quick and ask him for about our vote. I know, Ranger for it's 2025. Mary J, I'm running for Spaceballs presidency. Yes, president of Spaceballs. Yes. But good to see everybody here. Get your greetings in. I'm still setting things up, so let me get the chats up and running. Escuchan, por favor. All right, let me do this. Oh, Mary J's in both YouTube and the Twitch, as them kids say on them screens. Hello, Mary J. Yes. 2027. Okay, I'll go 2027. Yep. All right. There we go. Got it. Good. 404 being not found. Hello, my friend. First on the menu for today. Ooh, man says happy up Ranger and Skewers. Hello, my friend. Herman Flogging with a hoo. Archie. What? Lintwarp. That's right. Good to see all you guys here. Happy Friday, TGIF. I'm going to sip a little bourbon. Delicious and full of vitamins and minerals. Yes. All right. What am I doing? We're doing stuff in the gang. It's Friday. It's time to celebrate the weekend. I know you guys are excited because it's the weekend. We'll do some more stuff for Daddy Crons. Here's momentarily. I've got to make a choice here. I'm just trying to decide. Got let me look at the thing. I was looking at some stuff on TAS. Now he recommends, is there anything for the clones? Okay, so we want the 5% stacking offense. Well, this one's kind of doing it. Does Darkseid get the 5% offensive stack at a level 3? They do, so we do want to re-roll this. So we do want to get a CX2 one here. Okay. And that'll be a nice one to have moving forward. Okay. Mess with that a little bit. Got it. Well, I mean, yeah, Mel Brooks is he's playing one of his old characters, the oldest man alive. Jedi Knight Revan, my man, what's going on? So I think we'll do this one. We've got this one going on. I don't know if I should. I think we're good on the FTCs. I think we do some of these today. I think we pull some more and start rolling these up. It's not that I don't want to get the Empire one 212 because I think it's really worth it, but it's so many materials and so many credits and so much just insanity. think we're better off, skewers, pulling some more today and trying to see if we can finish up this first level 7 and see what we get for it. Yes. So yes, I'm doing good, Jedi Revan. How are you? Happy Friday, happy TGIF to everybody. We're trying to pull ads, not on my watch. So yeah, I figured I'd hang out with you guys a little bit. We'll do some FDCs. I have not checked mod depression. It's been a busy day for me, so my knee's not cooperating with me because my brace is not cooperating with me. Thus, the knee is not cooperating with me. Okay, I think I've got it fixed. All right, let me look at mods. That's tenacity. I gotta get it. And it's Christian's offense, but those are flat stats and they're all defensive stats. That is a strange little mod. Well, we've got one mod we can do for some mod. Mary J, I'm just gonna ignore you today. Too much in pain. Too much. Just not gonna let you ruin my Friday. Just not gonna let you ruin it. You can hang yourself. Let's see here. I didn't ignore that. I actually said something about the. I just said that that I saw that and I said Mel Brooks playing. Oh my God, this guy. Someone stick their. I mean, just launch Mary J, please. Like an anime launch, you know, where they do the hit and the person spins and flies through the air. Hey, Ren2GA, you know me, says TGIF Ranger Skewers, TGIF, my friend. Good Lord. Literally said something about it, Mary J's like, say something about it, Ranger. I did say something about it. Yeah, James is totally flying off again. Yeah. Alright, let's see what we get on this mod. Got some good chances here. Hey, I'll take that. 17 speed. That'll be at 18 now, so that'll be a nice little mod for us for a tenacity set. I like it. Perfect. Saul says, good afternoon, everybody. Hello, Mr. Saul. Good to see you. Happy Friday, TGIF, my friend. I'm totally not gay. Team Rock will totally blast off and win the day. Sky and Z, what's up, buddy? Says, hey, man. Hey, happy Friday to everybody. All right. Yes, let's do some Datacron stuff. I got to do it anyway, so let's just go do this. I am going to go to Sector 1 first. Yes. I already done that one. Good. I can sim this. All right. Let's get some crons. First, we get crons. Then we make profit. That's the ticket right there. And then we go back to Sector 4, and then we use some more. Yes. Getting wrecked by Jawas and conquests. Holy moly in the frijoles. I'm sorry to hear that, my friend. They can be a little pain in the ass, yeah. They can be a little painy in the assery. Alrighty then. Alright, Datacrons. Yes, good. Yes. So we got the FTCs. Let's see where this one goes. What's my other one? Is it Gungans? Jedi Vanguard. What am I looking on a Jedi Vanguard one? I mean, do we need a Jedi Vanguard? We got 2 of them. I mean, we got this crap right here. That can only be used with these characters, so do we stick with the Jedi one here? Yeah, the detonator thing. Yeah, if you don't have the right team for it, Sky. Yeah, I can understand. You know, the Jawas are real. They can be a real game changer. I'm gonna need some more. I'm gonna spend a little crystals here, skewers. We need just a little bit more. But I'm kind of curious what we get here. All right, what do we get? Ayla. Okay. Don't want Ayla. Do you want to well, we do want to reroll that. Where's... Oh, I got TW coming up. I can always change this. We do like the 15%. We do want the 75% reduction. We do want a Barris or Qui-Gon one. So, okay. So we'll keep that for there. We'll come back and reroll that. I'm pretty sure I don't have enough mats to take this to 8. I do not. Really? I'm that close? Okay. So, what we'll do is we'll take a couple of these to Tress. Awful. Out of all the dark side one we could have hit, then we hit that one. Okay, so we'll take these to 3. And then we'll continue on our merry way. But happy Friday, everybody. Happy TGIF. Keep giving your greetings. And then we'll see where the rest of these go. Dark side. Again, potency up, tenacity up. Not the best. But we'll come back and reroll this. Hey, Kimmy baby! Hit me, Kimmy, one more time. Happy Friday! This is Happy Friday Ranger and Skewers, yes. A stacking offense? Was that a dust? Yes, that is a stacking offense one. Good. Good. The fulfilling of it. So we've got these well on their way. We pick these up higher, but let's wait. We'll wait till we get some more materials. So we've got Ayla. We'll probably re-roll that because I'd rather get like a Bear's Cron on that. See if we can get Bears on there. And then we'll do one for CX2. Ideally, we want to get one for the Gungans for sure. So we'll get that one up and running. I want to get some of these up and running before we go back in and make the big commitment to Mr. Man here, Mr. FTC. God forbid. Happy Friday to everybody. Hope you're doing well. Getting ready for the weekend. All right. Gotta work on your crons. Gotta work on your mods. Gotta work on everything. Hey kids, look, Big Ben, Parliament. I need to dispel stealth. Either there. Well, at your level, it doesn't seem that way, Sky, but eventually... It'll get easier to do some of this stuff. I mean, it gets a little trickier even with some of the teams we have with at our level at hard. You know, we start you know, when you start losing stamina and you face certain teams, that's when it really bites you in the ass at our level. But you'll get there, man. Just do the best you can, brother. Just get past it, get those stars, get that stuff the best you can. Now, I did roll Depa yesterday. I got 21 out of 25. I almost passed out. I couldn't believe it. So that'll be a big boost. Well, yeah, but I mean, it flips like a little bit. Like, you know, and on easy, normal, you know, as you go up, the stamina will start coming to more of a play because even your Galactic Legends can get, I mean, I've had, at my level, I'll go with like 70-60% stamina on a Galactic Legend and get into like an Empire team or something that has a lot of turn meter flow on it and just get wrecked. You know, it's like, Jesus. Will you stop taking darts? Stop taking darts. Just like, you know, so it's like for the love of all that's holy, if you take another turn, I'm summoning the devil himself there. Yeah, I did the event yesterday and got 21 out of 25 on Deba, so that was a pleasant surprise. I was pleasantly surprised. Usually I get the other one. You guys know I don't have the best of luck with those events. If you don't have Revan, yeah. Barris can, but that's individual. It's random. I know Revan has one. Yeah, off the top of my head. No, it's one of those teams, man. I mean, I kind of like when I go in there, I go with like someone that will just like does not give a shit about your, you know, thermals, you know, but I have that kind of flexibility, you know what I'm saying, Sky? That's kind of one of the things that you're missing is you don't have a few of those teams like I do that just does not give two shits how many thermals you're throwing on them. It's like, okay, that's cute. Here, eat this, you know, kind of thing. It's like, oh, that's precious thermal detonators. Here, have a lightsaber in the punum. Hey, man, it's just the nature of the beast, man. It's the nature of the beast. It is, what we do in this game? We're problem solvers. We solve problems. But glad to have you guys here. Again, any questions, anything like that, keep getting your greetings. Anything on your mind, feel free. It's Friday. We're here to let loose, have some fun. You know, no big whoop. I didn't do the Shuey message. Hey, Kaz, what's going on? Let me do this first. Desi would be so upset with me. Not her, here. Kind of, I'm not sure. This is a good question. Was there any order for crons or just get all of them? I mean, kind of our level, it's like Pokemon, collect them all, right? Pokemon. And then we'll go over here to YouTube because we got our fellow friends over on the YouTubes. Make sure they're not forgotten in that. There we go. Fantastic. Yeah, for right now there's not, Sky. I don't know when it'll probably be in another week or two. You get some Lightspeed bundles coming into the game. Yeah, so here's what I'm going for right now. I'm going for a Jedi one for Barris. Ignore the Ayla one. I'm going to flip that to Barris, right? We want to do one for Gungans for Captain Tarple's my priority. One for CX2. I do want to do one for the Mandalorians. Yeah, Captain Tarple, CX2 for sure. Barris. Yeah. Probably like, since I have Gar Suxton, I'll probably get one for him. Then I may go back in and do the Empire Cron to 12, but that's kind of where I'm going for. She gets 25%. Yeah, I still think those two are dynamite. I think at least get the Hermit Yoda one to 12. At least. Dark Side Ray for 15 for sure. Hermit Yoda to 12 at least. You can make a call from there. So yeah. Yeah. Those were no-brainers for me. Definitely Hermit and Dark Side Ray. Ayla will be Bearish. We'll get one for Tarples. We'll get one for... If I get one for Gar Suxton, that would be fine for the Mandos. Jenga wouldn't be bad for Separatist team on Trench or something like that, but that's a little bit lower down on the priorities. Definitely want one Captain Tarples. Definitely want one for Bears. And then for the Clone 6 too. Then after that, it's kind of, you know, whatevs, you know. We may go back and get that before Tuesday, get that Empire one up to 12, which that'll probably be once I get these up and running for the next 3v3 coming up. We'll go back and get the Empire one. I'd like to have it. It'd be nice to have, but it's, as you know, that is such a crazy investment, man. No, I think it's gonna be really good. So I thought that it would be those two for sure, right? Would be fantastic. I agree with you there, Sky. I think those two crons for sure. Those were no diff, no brainer, easy choices for me. The other two, I like what the Empire's doing. Karthik! Go Yoda! Go Yoda! Karth coming in with 5 gifted subs. Thank you, Carthaginigus. Thank you, my friend. Yes! Which means I've lost track of how many Relic 9s I'm doing. Karth, I've done quite a lot of good work here lately. So many Relic 9s, I don't know what to do with myself anymore. You can see some of them on the board right now. I've taken some off the board that we did. Which has been quite a lot here lately. But thank you for the 5 gifted sub. Karth, where the hell you been, boy? Karth is more level-headed than me. I rant. Karth doesn't rant and then just tells me not to do these things. All right. What are you doing, Karth? You want to come join me? I can join Discord, or I can join Zoom if you want to come hop in and we can shoot the shit and hang out. Unless you're busy with the doggies or the wifey, and those are more important, especially the wifey, because hell no. Hey, Schmingen! I'm not excited about Pirates, period, man. I'm just, ugh, yuck. Pirates. Okay. Let me do Zoom. I'll put it on, and then I'll send you the link here. It's just easier. Let me start it, and then I'll send you the link here in a second. Carthaginigus. Uno momento, por favor. Let's get It. You. Thank you. Yes, thank you. I don't need all that other shit. Well, you know, I mean, I gave my 2 cents. You guys saw. We'll have a mighty Carthaginigus. Har, pardon me, party crew. Yar. And if he were to come join us, quite delicious, yes. But yeah, I ranted and raving about the horseshit about this raid. I'm over it. I'm just focusing on what I got to do, which I will have all the characters Relic 9. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs, Karth. Very much appreciated, my friend. That's one thing I did rant about. If the mechanics on this raid are bad on top of everything else. Uh-oh. Oops. Put the Zoom call on screen. There it is. Karth joined. We will see it immediately. But yeah, again, sorry, Smeag, you just joined immediately right after Karth smacked me upside the head with a 5 gifted sub. It means I got an. We're doing Tarkin, so that's. Yeah, that's another powerful Relic 9, which I was planning on doing anyway, but that hits the goal. We'll create another one. Shit, I'll just keep going. We'll just keep doing fucking pirates, I guess. I don't know. Oh, Lord. Shit is getting out of control. Art is trying to figure out how things work. Link, screen, and all. Alright, he's trying to figure it out. Check your settings, Batman. Check your settings. See which video and or audio device is being used for the Zoom call. Okay, he messaged me saying he's working on it. There you go. Smeagol, the only bad thing that I can think about without seeing the raid is if the Nightfall Troopers or the DCTs have taunt and you can't target Apo. That's true. We'll figure it out, man. I mean, we'll see the raid. I'm more worried about not us figuring out strategies and stuff for the raid. Some brilliant minds in this community will come up with like the strategies and stuff. More so bugs, things of that nature, shit not working correctly, that kind of thing. That terrifies me more than anything. And whether we're ready for it or not, 12 days. It's coming. It's coming, baby. Better be ready.
Hello.
Well, we can hear the Carthaginigus.
No, gross.
Test, syllabus check. We heard noises come from the Carthaginigus, yes.
It's not great.
Are you well, as long as we can hear you, man. If you can't get your camera on,
it's the camera's fine. It's the computer doesn't want to pick up the
microphone
mic. Yeah, so it's only seeing webcam mic, which is not great, but
hey, we can hear you.
That's right now.
It's good enough. That's good enough. What's new with you, Karth? You haven't been around in a while, buddy.
Oh, dude, work is freaking nuts. So I have a hard time showing up for anything besides like the podcast on Sunday mornings.
Yeah. I figured you had a lot going on. People were asking me, like, where's Karth? I'm like, life, that thing.
A lot of big projects going on simultaneously. So I've got like 9 units under renovation right now, and I've got we're doing a short plat for some properties we buy, and then we're starting a new development, and so it's just all moving the goalpost down the line. You got to go get through the red tape and everything else. So it's just a lot more running around doing stuff, a lot less time to sit and chat. So
yes, And on top of that,
waiting
doing your
ever so
Swgoh.
slowly.
Gotta make sure you got your
Well,
Swgoh
yeah,
in.
the Swgoh. You gotta get the Swgoh in every once in a while.
And feed the dogs. Pamper the
Yeah,
wife.
they are. Yeah, she needs a lot of pampering. That's for sure.
Yes. Uh,
I'm waiting. I'm waiting for a shipment to arrive. I have to sign for. So
oh,
it's
one of those kind of
I have to.
shipments.
Yeah, it's
Not
9 bottles of whiskey.
oh, 9 bottles of whiskey on the wall. Oh.
Yeah, not including the 5 I already got earlier this week.
Are you having some kind of celebration? You stocking up? What's going on?
No, just trying a bunch of different shit. I went to a couple online stores and just started reading descriptions and see what I like and ordered a few. So,
Well,
but I have to sign for it.
Jesus Christ. Like, you're not a bad man trying to sell this to college kids. Yeah, that kind of thing.
No. I would not frivolously spend money on college
Not that
kids
kind of
these
money.
days.
Hell yeah, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of monies. Well, we're glad to have. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, so that's what got here, I think, Wednesday, and the other stuff will be here in the next probably 20 to 40 minutes.
Yes.
So
Well, you
I'm
can
waiting
try all of
for-
them, and then you can tell me what they taste like and stuff, because I can't afford that shit.
They're all kind of similar, I'm not gonna lie. I like a very certain strain of bourbon, and
Sure.
so it's like if I get too far away from that, I don't really care for it. Not that I hate it, just that I don't care for it. So
Yes.
I just been going, but I bought a bunch of different ones for Father's Day for my family, so I've got a few things in the wings
Oh,
for,
that's nice.
for that. So I got a one for my dad. It's from Jack Daniels, but it's Jack Daniels Sinatra.
Oh, I hadn't heard of that one. Wow, fancy.
So I got him that one. My brother has his first kid showing up in October, so I'm buying him an early Father's Day gift.
Sure.
Because he can't open it until the kid's born. Is my only
That's
caveat
true.
with
Well,
him.
well, yes, but it'll age nicely. So when he does finally get to
Yeah.
fantastic.
But that one is it's called it's Derringer bourbon whiskey.
Okay.
But that one has like a revolver, like an old like pirate revolver.
Yarr!
As the cork stopper.
Arr.
So it's kind of cool. And then I've got one from my brother-in-law who's a bit of a gun nut. The whiskey bottle is a shotgun shell.
Yarr. And where'd you get your Admiral Commodore Redbeard Ranger of the 7th Fleet? Yarr.
My company.
I'll take it. I will take it. I'll be glad to take that.
Yeah.
I'm just sipping
No,
on
it's,
little John Daniels right now. You know, doing the Swgoh thing. I'm losing my mind with these Datacrons. Oh my god. Oh,
Yeah,
it just never ends, brother. I mean,
No, it's the FDCs are kind of a little bit of a they're nice, but they're so expensive that they're kind of a pain in the butt to
they're
farm.
pain in the ass, man. Like someone would just
But
ask me.
luckily, I mean, to be fair though, luckily the only two you need relatively maxed is Ray and
Yoda.
Hermit.
Yeah.
And Hermit Yoda's a relative one, right? The majority of the power is at level 9. Taking it the rest of the way makes it a lot better, and
Yes.
you can fight a lot more things with it, but the majority of the power is at level 9. Krennic is technically you can stop at 12.
Yeah.
I think 13's where most people stop because that 20% additional offense, but the only reason people are going to level Krennic is purely for the sake of the support cron, which give or take may not be worth it. And then Jawas can stop at 3.
Yeah.
I mean, you can keep going if you want, but
I think it's
like
a waste.
the level 3 on Jawas is going to be the funny little gimmick. You know, throw that on Zori or a couple of their Terminator trains light side. You could probably work something out with Momo in that regards as well, and have a funny little, you know, jump the line Terminator train and rip and roar. You know, fun stuff, but nothing like as crazy. I felt like there's a lot more in the first set that was air quotes mandatory.
Yeah, the
just
Ray
because
one, the Yoda
they're-
one, yeah, and then I got the 2. I don't know what I'm going to do with the Vanguard ones yet. I'm
the best part about the Vanguards one is they're not even good stat sticks.
No,
Like they're just like utterly like, oh
I mean,
man.
I like the 165% armor pen and the tenacity, but I'm not using that. I mean,
But
we
the
don't even
problem
know.
is, the problem with all of this is that the gimmick that you're going to want the most for Jedi Vanguard is going to be on the actual Datacrons, because the level 6 for Vanguards is more powerful than what gives you there.
Yeah, I'm doing
The
one for
only thing you
Barris.
could maybe do is if you want to like really like twerk out the mods on like a Qui-Gon Jinn team, and then hopefully you kill somebody and they use Imperial Remnant and don't realize that they can't be revived anymore, and you maybe sort of kind of get something funny with that. But there's just not a lot of double up and catch up on that Kron, which is I think why you were just like, just let him have two. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, I'll
It
use it
isn't
for
doing
offense.
anything.
I'll use it for offense for a couple GL teams. Like, I gotta go get the shit out of something, enjoy yourself, Yeah, I was talking with the skewers here. Bears, I think the Bears one is good. I like the CX2 one. I like do a couple for the Mandos, like Django
Yeah, there's
Scar
good stuff
Saxon.
there.
Captain Tarpals for the Gungans for sure. That's one. Those are the four
This
main
set's
ones.
really kind of about the stats, though.
Yeah, it's
Having
all about the
flat
level
defense- or-
3s and
Yeah, percent defense and health steal is a dumb combination. Now, granted, they did throttle down
oh yeah.
health steal quite a bit. You can't get as carried away as you have been in the past without sacrificing a ton of your defensive stats.
Yes.
So it's at least a better trade-off. But I mean, 200% defense on name a team is annoying as hell. So I think this one's just going to be all about farming as many,
Level
level 8s as
8s,
you
yeah.
can, and try to get get stat heavy rolls on to defense or health steal, and then slap it on
That's what I
Ray
started.
or something like that.
Yeah, I've got 4 level 9s I'm going to shoot for, and we'll re-roll for those. And then it's just going to be 3, 6, and taking them to 8, for...
Yeah.
Which is nice, because the
those-
last few sets, man, you can see on the screen, I've done so many named ones here of late. It's like, Jesus Christ, give me a break, man. Throw me a freaking bone, Scott. Oh, man. It's like, God.
Yeah, there's a lot of the GLs that are gonna like the ultra high defense.
Yeah.
Like I think Leia, Rey, and Ahsoka are all gonna like having like 200 plus defense and some health steal.
Yeah.
And then just being absolute brick walls on defense.
Yeah, you have to come correct on them. New Vanguard team, how you liking them so far, buddy? Well, we know Deppa, Ayla's gonna rework, and then Master Mace, the Windows.
So all the
Sleeveless McGee there.
I mean, it's gonna be incredibly. It's just an unfortunate release, I guess, in my head. I don't think the team's gonna do well on defense, and I'm kind of just a little over the fact of like more offensive tools.
No.
So I'm hoping we kind of get a little bit more defensive. I mean, I'm excited for the team. I think Mace and Deppa are going to be fun. Ayla's rework is going to be interesting. I really kind of wish they would have touched up more than just giving her a new unique, but
Hey.
It's better than just taking somebody and shoving her in there. But it's just one of those things where this team is going to be an absolute offensive powerhouse. You're rocking, 3 attackers on the team,
Yeah.
all of them just hard-hitting trucks, and then a tank and a support, and the support is still technically an attacker. So it's just like it's gonna be pretty rah rough in general with them trying to be a defensive team, because I think once you can knock out Mace, the team kind of falls apart, and they don't really have what I would consider a great tank. Keeping the taunt on Temple Guard is going to be a challenge.
Yeah, I'm still working on
but-
his mods. I've got him at 150,000 protection and his potency up, right? But got to slice these mods, man. I'm trying.
I'm more one of those things where I'm going to wait and kind of see, because there's a lot of interactive mechanics on these ones where it's like between like how fast Jocasta gets to ult when you've got gets to her second phase.
Yeah.
Once she gets to her second phase, she can have like AoE tenacity down, so then potency it's not really going to matter. So it's like if it's a quick changeover, then I'm not going to be worried about it. I'm going to probably go either more bulk or higher tenacity and try to just make that taunt stick as best I can.
Right. Yeah, I've got her right now with this, I think, speed set. Yeah, speed set with health and BV and trying to get her speed faster, but I may change that. So, again, early days on the Vanguard team, and then Yar pirates. What the fuck? Yar. Oh,
Yeah.
man. Hello, Dalton Miles. Konnichiwa. Sato. Konbawa.
I will
Hello
be
there.
right back. I need to run to the
Little boy's room. Go have a nice pee. Hello, Dalton. Good to see you, my friend. Happy Friday, TGIF. You got me and Carthaginigus, the blank screen there. Which I really don't think we need that on there. Yeah, we can move that. We got Carth here. It's not showing his screen. It's not working. But we got his voice, and that's mainly what you're here for, is the good wisdom and knowledge of Carthagin. The wailing cannoneer himself. Yar! Pardon me, party crew. Good to have all you here on a Friday. We're just talking shop, talking Star Wars Galaxy here on a Friday. Star Wars, whatever, whatevs. But yes, anything on your mind, feel free. Anybody want to buy me a shot or a drink to help support stuff I do for charity, you're more than welcome. If not, appreciate if you just stick around, hang out, let me know what you are drinking, if you're drinking anything fun, and enjoy yourselves. Here for your pleasure. And I hope you guys are getting home safe and getting ready for a long, restful weekend. Ooh, Sky, big news coming from our man Sky on the ground there. Says, I finished Schmader to 7 stars. Yes. Slowly and surely, the power of Sky grows. And shockingly enough, yes, skewers, Depa is 21 out of 25. I did happen to get 21 out of 25 on Depa. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. It is nice, Allie. Because I won't finish Conquest. I don't even think about Conquest until, what, Wednesday? Because we'll go hard on Sector 4 through, what, Tuesday next week as we get ready for GAC? Yeah. Yes, good. Yeah, it is nice that you're, you know, when you're doing it that way. I know, I find it refreshing. That's not what I want to get. What do we got coming up? Webbles, Force Moon, and Executor. Alright, that seems pretty simple. Finishing up TV. We're in Sector 5 days, Sector 6 tomorrow. Yeah. Smeagol says, I'm trying to work out if I push for Lord Vader, I only need gas like 5 to 8, or should I save the mats, go for Mace when he comes back in 3 months? Depends, Smeagol. I mean, how focused is your guild going to be on the raid? I mean, that's the big question. Yeah, the data cache is not that big a problem. The mats, those MK3s on the Datacrons, man, they are brutal. That's what's slowing me down. But we'll pull for the next 4 or 5 days and be able to take a lot of these up to 9, and we'll be in a good spot. 5 or 6 crate. I mean, if you can handle that, then I say get Lord Schmander, man. Prove your roster. And you're going to get the new clones at the same time, then you're kind of doing one team already for the raid, so why don't you just add Lord Schmader for it? Finish gas, get him to relegate, that gets you your 501st up and running, you get Lord Vader. Now, you can't use him in the raid, but you can use him in other spots, get your clones up with them, and you can use them for the raid. Win-win. I just took my Dark Raid to level 15 and Hermit to 8. You've done well, mate. What's 8 on the Yodis? So you're up to the 50% defense. Yes, cool. Yeah, get those two done. I think I'm with Karth on this. If you're gonna go Empire, sure, but if you're gonna commit to level 12, I just don't know. Do it. I mean, the level 12 is good, but yeah. Hey, it's pretty fly for a white 425.
Good
Is sub.
afternoon,
That's
Ranger.
right.
Watched your Wednesday night stream.
Oh, well, what did you think, buddy? I ranted my ass off. The Pepples wanted it. They really wanted me to go off. They could tell.
I did. And
They could
have you
tell that I
with
was
your
holding
help
back.
since?
They weren't having it. They wanted me to really release.
I have not.
Then you may join our covert and live as your ancestors once did.
Yeah, 45 million
Leave
seems reasonable,
anytime
Owie.
you wish.
Initially, mostly. What are the BAM requirements? So you can go to your journey guide and check that out. Let's see here. What are the requirements for BAM? I think. Let me go to the journey guide. Solo journeys. Where's Beskar Mando? You need for him. Okay, there it is. 7-star characters: Cara Dune, IG-11, Grief, Karga, and the Mandalorian. I don't know yet. I think we're still. Yeah. I got you, Scott. I can go quit you, brother. I got you. There it is on the screen. Cara Dune, IG, Grief, and Mando. There you go. I don't know yet. I think we're still kind of scrambling for trying to get our foot in on the announcement and everything that coming in 12 days. I mean, you heard Boss on the Wednesday night stream, which Whitefly brought up, where I lost my mind. And so did Boss. I haven't heard Boss that angry and disappointed in a while. Yeah, and I'm okay being at that. I mean, if the scoring's still the same, right? 3.6 for 2 Relic 19s, that puts me with 7.2, you know, so not too schwabbity. My friend is chasing that. I tried to say not to do it and focus on other stuff. Well, you need BAM, I think, for the Ways quest, so it's not a bad one to go for it. It's not that steep of a thing to go for. Well, he's a little low, but if he's going to go for it, I'm okay. BAM's not a bad go for his ship and stuff. If he's going for Executor, sure, let him get BAM. You only need 7-star characters for those guys, and if you can do that and have him like gear 11, he should be able to easy. The BAM event is more cinematic than anything. It's not a hard event. It's not an event like some of the others where you want to pull out your nose hair and then try to glue them back in. Pain, baby. Did I hear you come
so
back?
much fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. All
Yeah.
right. Paul Bunyan. Mm-hmm.
So much fun. So much fun.
It is so much fun. Yeah, we're just talking about all the stuff about the raid and everything. I'm like, I don't know. Is what it is.
Yeah, the pirates thing I'm not like over the moon for.
I'm below the moon, brother.
I'm okay with it because I'm just happy it's not, I guess it's not like it's something that's like a little bit off the beaten path. We're kind of like, I don't know how far they're going to go with it. I mean, it depends how, if they just pump out the Mando content and then maybe some stuff from, which is highly unlikely they would give us anything from Star Wars Outlaws, but that's a possibility. Sure. Maybe that, I mean, who knows? I don't really care either. I'm a little happy they're not doing GL Thrawn next.
Not yet. Yeah, not yet.
Not yet. Just because I feel like it's kind of I want a better build up to GL Thrawn than just, oh, well, here's Enoch, a couple of troopers, and there's your team. So I'm okay with that being pushed back a little bit. I'm not upset there. So it's just.
But a GL pirate? Gross.
Yeah, it's just kind of like, it's not like I'm opposed to it. I'm just not excited about it.
I'm not excited about it. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
I want more information. Who is it going to be? You know, who are they going to pick? Is it you know, Salad Man from Mando?
Yeah, Salad Man. That's.
Do they give us? Do they give us Maul? You know, Crimson Dawn Maul.
That's what we were saying. Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing too, is like pirates is a very loose terminology. Is it
Yeah.
like a GL Hondo? Like, where do they go with it? And that's kind of where my head goes. Is I would be more interested in the once I know who it is, but we'll find out. I mean, they're going to announce the GL with the next era announcement anyway, so like we'll know who it is and what we're leading towards and that kind of stuff. And I mean, I'm not opposed to it. I think as long as mechanically the pirate faction turns out like interesting, then I'm okay with that. I'm more concerned about that than I am about the character as much when it comes to this, just because I'm kind of done with the idea of big stick beats bigger stick beats bigger stick that we kind of got into with GLs for a while. So
Well,
I'm interested to see where they take the design on that one.
Sure, I mean, that's fine. I was talking with the Wolf on Wednesday about this. I'm like, if they just introduced the pirates in general, cool. I wouldn't have been excited about it or anything, but the fact that it's got another Conquest character and a Galactic Legend, and all the characters are going to be something you can use for the raid. That's going to be launched with any of those characters available. On top of the fact for the raid, a lot of the characters that are still for the raid are not free to play. It's really, I've just been head scratching angry. Like, what are we doing here, CG? Here's the new raid.
Well,
Get all the great rewards like you used to. We're just joking. You can't get even close.
Well, and that's the thing too, is like the question that I think most people are going to have is how well do the current Jedi Vanguard splits perform without
Right.
Mace and the new marquees and then everything else, right? Because I don't think it's like as bad as people want to give it credit for. I think it's a little shitty that you do have, essentially 3 or 4 of the teams are basically going to have to be the new marquees. I feel like CG should have maybe been a little bit more clear with Bad Batch's release when they came out that they would be used for the raid instead of saying after that their era ended that they would be used.
Yeah.
Granted, we've still had 3 months since then to know that, and it's not like it's that one's the big headache. The one that's going to, of course, be the big headache is going to be, the dark side clones and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I am hopeful that CG within July and August does the same thing they're doing right now for Bad Batch, where they give us an event that gives us bonus shards, that gives us time to kind of accelerate all that stuff and then make it more likely a larger group of players will be relatively free to play friendly, getting Mace by the time the next era ends and that kind of stuff. But I mean, for the most part, with them bringing down the threshold for the second highest box down by like 40 million, like, it's not unreasonably unobtainable. It really just comes down to how well the Jedi Vanguard teams perform without the new marquees.
Right.
Because, I mean, for part of me is like, if you slept on Jocasta knowing she was going to be up and coming raid stuff, it's like, well, that's kind of your fault. Or if you couldn't get her, then it's just like, well, you were never going to get far in the raid in the first place. So it's like being mad about things that you were never going to have is kind of silly, in my opinion.
For me, my anger is more like a legendary character like Mace coming out the same day as the raid launches, and it will only be
they should have given it probably until they announced the new era should have started before the raid released, just so that people could understand, because now all we know is the first marquee of the next era will be a pirate leader that we can use to lead the pirates that we have. But we know outright right now that the raid is against undermanning. The raid is basically you need a squad of 5.
Yeah.
So we know that we have to get SM33 unlocked, which is another month away, give or take.
Yeah.
And then the next one there. So I think it would have gone over a little bit better had they waited till after the pirates started to release to let the raid out. But I at the same time, I'm kind of in the boat. Like, if you were starting to invest in this relatively quickly, then I don't know how upset we can get about it, because it's not going to be as bad as people make it out to be. I think a lot of people are going to be able to perform reasonably well. Their guilds are going to be somewhere in that second to third box relatively quickly. If you're in a guild that is mad about not max boxing, I mean, that's going to basically be, you know, a problem for 3 months ish, because you weren't going to max box anyways without the new mace. So it's like, you're going to have had some sort of whale in your guild or multiple whales to even kind of get there. So it's like one of those things where I'm not upset about it, but I can see where people are not happy about where they're at with that kind of stuff. But I think for the most part, with the changes they made in the scaling, I think people will get back to comfortable levels of what they were getting before within the first month or two of it releasing. And then from there, you know, it'll breeze over. And then by the time we get the last, you know, we get the pirates and their GL stuff, then at that junction we'll have the ability to, you know, crush the raid, and then it goes for a while. But I am of the mindset when it comes to raid, though, is that for the next one, have everything at least released first. I don't care if it's necessarily farmable, but everything should be released prior to the raid going live. Having literally another 90 days, the first third of the raid or quarter of the raid is literally going to have one of the factions be virtually unplayable because the GL won't be in the game yet. And so that's my only rub against it, is I feel like that was kind of like, it wasn't just the fact that we were going to need to wait for like a pirate marquee and then we can make that 15 work. It's like, no, we actually have an entire mechanic around this character we haven't released yet. It's like, well, then you know they're going to be the best one for the run, so it's like, we got to wait 90 days for it. I can get where that one's grinding the wrong way, but for guilds to max box, they're not going to be the pirate teams. You should be able to split mace with another Jedi Vanguard team, and then get the Bad Batch and the clones, and then the fifth run will be a luxury for a lot of people.
Well, it's rubbing people the wrong way, because, you know, if you look at their last raid release, right, they gave us a lot of stuff and a lot of heads up ahead of time, and people had time to plan and do some farming. And right when the raid came, there was still a couple things, just like, you know, the other raids, where it wasn't quite fully free to play, but like, okay, you know, either you made the investment and you were ready, or you didn't, and you got what you got, right? But it's
they gave a lot more lead up to it, but they were trying to put a lot less into it too. I mean, this raid has got a ton of marquee investment, but I mean, at the same time, I'll give some back credit to CG here too, though. For people who have been investing early on that, they have been getting additional rewards in addition to what they will get out of the raids. So, I mean, I understand the ball ache on it. I'm not going to get too upset about it, because I think at the end of the day, it's going to be like, for most people, it'll be a couple of months of like, I got to farm this up, but it's stuff that you're going to want to farm. It's stuff that you're going to want to take to high levels anyways. I feel like a lot of what we're getting in this, I guess this is my main takeaway from this raid, is that the majority of what I'm being forced to invest into with this raid, I feel like I'm going to be able to use long term and will have a benefit in my roster for taking to high relics, versus most of what came from Battle for Naboo. I don't really care. Like the only reason, you know, people took the Queen Amidala raid team all the way up the way they did is because the assault battle plus the, you know, you could 3-man it or whatever else. But I think if Separatists had been not needed at R8 to do cheese, then people wouldn't have taken that. People would not have taken most of the Jedi required to higher relics if it could have been avoided, because they just have no use anywhere else in the game besides the one person in your guild who can benefit from that R9 ETH Koth platoon. You know, so it's like I feel like I get it, but I think overall there are a lot of improvements. It's just people get so focused on the negative right out the gate that, and understandably so, I'm not going to discount that, but you know, I think long term, this raid will be way better for people's roster development overall than what we've had in the past. But right now, yes, it does suck the fact that it's just like, oh my god, one team's not even here, everything else is
Two
brand
teams
new.
are not even here. Yeah, we have 2 teams for the Pirates.
Well, the Pirates will have 2 teams, but all Pirates will be available for the raid, just like all Jedi Vanguard are available for the raid. So you don't need to wait until the GL is to have a Pirate attempt. It would just be more ideal. But yeah, no, that's kind of the rub with that one, is that yeah, there's a lot there, but it wouldn't be like detrimental. Again, the major thing for a lot of people is who has, or how well can the Jedi Vanguard team perform?
Right.
With 2 caveats: A, pre-Mason new marquees, and B, you know, how well can you split it?
Yeah.
Either way, like, because if it's Keller and Beck and whatever else, then we'll see what can come out of it, I guess.
Yar, Captain Blackbeard, be joining us over on YouTube. Aragon, son of Erathon, says, well, hello there. Hello there. Good to see you guys. Smega says, Calvin did a video today that by the time you free-to-play farm the second pirate team with only 1 free refresh, you'll have that team for about 164 days and have missed 201 days of usability. Well, that math kind of checks out. I'm not the best mather there, Karthik, but that seems about right.
Yeah, no, I watched this video, and I get it. Yeah, you're going to miss out on a lot if you're going to on that. But like I said, it depends on how well things perform prior to even considering pirates. And the thing is, you know what? Guess what? You might have to over-invest in some relic levels to perform better without investing in the marquees. Yeah. That might be the trade-off. You know, there are going to be about a few dozen ways to skin this cat. I don't think everyone's going to like them, but it's going to be what it's going to be. You know, it's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. This one's a little bit more aggressive and not as fun, but hey, it is what it is.
Eragon says, why does pirates have anything to do with the Jedi Temple? They don't.
They don't. But
it's a raid.
It's silly. It's silly to think that it matters. Like, it doesn't matter at all. It's just, this is what they wanted to do, and they chose to do it that way, and that's what we have. If you want to argue common sense and lore accurate in Swgoh, then you win. You win. Yeah. You're just gonna spend way too much time arguing against a brick wall. It doesn't exist in this game, and that's kind of what you have in a hero collector. It's like you can have thematic events, but what they use sometimes aren't going to always be thematic. It's like, you know, nobody gave a flying shit when we were using, you know, CLS to beat Treya, you know, but that's also because we were allowed to use our entire roster, so who gave a care? Now that it's somewhat of a thematic event, we want thematic ties, and it's just like, it can't always happen, you know, and I think that's the least of our concerns when it comes to the raids. More or less, you need to be worried about is how the raid does, you know, how easy it is to do, how is it easy to score. You know, that's the bigger concern. I don't think I want to be doing an hour and a half of raiding again when it comes to like what we had in Naboo for the first 9 months of that raid existing. And then, you know, but I don't want the RNG and other things of other raids. So we'll just see what it comes.
We'll see what it does. We'll see what happens when it comes out. I know we're all scrambling because it just came out of nowhere. We were kind of expecting a little bit more time, especially because we're used to a certain cadence and way of CG doing things. This is completely off script for them. You know. Yeah,
this one's pretty tight behind it. I'm a little surprised that they decided to release it now. They could have waited a little bit longer and people would have been probably equally as okay with that. I think they're trying to incentivize some of the whaling on Mace, but I mean, I feel like that's not...
Yeah, how reason? I mean,
I don't think that's gonna change though, because like whaling on Mace started 3 months ago.
Oh my god, I started that path a long time ago. My god, I mean, I was like committed
right now. Yeah, I don't know if it changes enough on that end of scales.
Well, I just hope it's not one of those things where if you have Jedi Master Maester Windu, it's like 8th Street, and then the rest of the Vanguard, if you don't have them, it's like,
Well, So what I'm worried about on paper is basically right now the way it looks is the only two leaders that we are going to have for Jedi Vanguard are going to be Mace and Keller and Beck, right?
Right.
That is the most clear definition of what you have because Keller and Beck's lead is powerful enough to elevate trash Jedi Vanguard. Mace is going to be an absolute powerhouse in his own right. So from there, you can split the Jedi Vanguard effectively into what you have because everything else is going to be just a ball ache to see how well you can do. Maybe your R5, your R5 Jedi Vanguard leftovers can do tier 1 or 2 or 3, maybe get a couple hundred extra thousand points. But they're not going to be doing what their relic level appropriate tiers are because they lack the damage output or whatever else, right?
Yeah.
So and there's a lot of caveats to all this. This is the one reason why I'm not getting too bent of a shape right now about this is because we don't have enough context to know like what is going to be can we mix match teams together to get like a decent run? What's the splits going to be like? What can we do here and there to make different teams work?
Well,
things of said nature.
Well, you saw you get penalized for undersize and all this other stuff. I was like, oh man, well there goes that plan. I was like, oh, damn it. Hey, we're getting raided by Rabid Beaver. We have a Rabid Beaver sighting. What's going on, Rabid Beaver? That's right. Unlock S falls and assume attack position. Karth, we're going in full throttle. That ought to keep those TIE fighters off our ass. That's right. Thank you, Rabid Beaver, and all the people from your stream. Welcome. Happy TGIF. We're just breaking down everything with myself and the Yar, me Welland Cannoneer, me Buccaneer himself. Carther Jenigus. Yar, Karth. Yar, we named him up. So Karth's here working out. We're talking Datacrons, talking raid, we're talking just all kinds of just important things. Swgoh important things. Hope you had a good stream, my friend. Happy Friday. That is Karthric, the man, the myth, the legend. Longtime skewer, and we've done a lot of videos in the past with Karth. And he is a top tier Kyber 1 player.
Well, half-assed Kyber 1 player.
You've been kind of half-assing it lately. I didn't want to say it.
I mean, for me, that's just where I'm at right now.
I know. It's so hard, man. It's so hard. Rabbit Beer says, I'm just finishing some Ross reviews. Have a good weekend, my friend. Have a good weekend as well. Kyle over on YouTube says, Hola, Kyle. ¿Cómo está? Me llamo Ranger.
Still waiting.
Yes. Yeah, we still hear you, Karth.
Coming down. Sort of.
Oh. Must be talking.
I'm tracking my UPS shipment. It's like down the street from me, but it's taken like the last 20 minutes to even move like a little bit. So it just depends on where he decides to go next.
The UPS driver has to check his phone and stuff, all right?
It's true.
They got to watch the YouTube videos. Yeah, it's the efficiency wars. Oh, God.
I quit doing efficiency. It's all defense, and then basically the answer is we go in and win if they get stuck, or we just do one battle and we're done. If someone's got like a really good like full clear on me, I don't even bother anymore. I'm like, it's not worth sweating this hard in planning all this out.
I can't. I have to try. I have to try. Lead by example.
You stream content, so you actually gotta show up. And
it's frustrating. I lost my 4 losses, because I went 5 and 4. 3 of them were because of executor RNG.
Oh yeah, dude, that's a rough fight.
And I lost 1 by 1, 1 by 2, the other by 5. Full clears.
Gross.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I was running 7 GL defenses all of last 5v5. I took JML and C to offense, and that was it. Everything else was on defense, and then I was playing with some bull hanky counters.
Yeah, I mean, I've been running actually one team in 5s that has especially done me really, really well. I mean, having Lord Vader combination with I have been running Ahsoka front and Vader in the back, so that's giving people some pause. Now, my defense has done really well. If it's not gotten holds, it's taken a lot of banners away, which is why I kind of put the defense down that I did, right? And I ran like 4 GLs in defense, but the other teams were like just still banners. If you can get 4 or 5 banners off him every turn, I'll take it. That makes my life a hell of a lot easier, you know, in the efficiency wars. But the Bam Sonocron, man, I tell you what, brother, that thing got me more holds than I care to shake a stick at, man. I was like, wow.
Yeah, it catches a lot of people off guard that they need some form of TM prevention to really kind of, or just a way to get in front of them, which is hard to do on that particular team and cron setup.
Yeah.
But
I was shocked. I was shocked. So
I had to use it on offense too often. I had to use it to clear either Lord Vader or Glatt.
yeah, see, for me, I was
So
like,
I didn't set it.
I was like, that's a team no one's going to really think about. I mean, I've got plenty of stuff to clear those kind of teams on offense myself. Again, ground was not our issue, GAC. We one-shot pretty much every round the ground. And then I got the fleets. I'm like, all right, let's go in here, kids. We're going to use Leviathan for Executor. What are you doing? Why don't you want to stop that? Stop it. No!
Yeah.
No!
When they hard focus your bomber and just blow it to smithereens, you're like, really? This RNG happens probably like 1 in every 50 fights, and it's just like all of a sudden blows your face off. Yeah, it's a good time. I enjoy it immensely.
So gross, man. So it's like, okay. So now when I go into punish one, it's always Leviathan. It's like, if we win this fight, we win the GAC. If we don't win this fight, then we're going to lose the GAC. So
yeah, that's why
Fury class blows up. Oh god. Jesus.
Yeah, I keep doing I do Executor and Leviathan on defense, and then just let Fleet get disgusting, because I'd rather not have my entire GAC match come down to not winning the first time on like Leviathan versus Executor or something like that. So I just was like, nope, we're done. We're just gonna put it on defense, and then we just know that we run like a 40% chance of dropping with the counter, and then but we should hopefully hold enough to where it's fine. So that's all I care about, is just punishing my opponent with the ground game, and then trying to clear up north or clear Fleet a little bit more efficiently than them. But that's about it.
Yeah.
I think my main account still went 6-3 last go around. I think my alt was 5-4. So
yeah, that's good.
I'm not upset by how it played out. It just made it easier to not care. But the other side of it too is that on my main account for the first 2 weeks, I intentionally threw round 3 to lose. I think one of them I could have won, the other one I lost. But it was solely just to game the matchmaking system, because going 3-0 is really rough on accounts, no matter who you are, because you just jump so many spaces in one go. So if you go 3-0, you jump about 120 points, right? Somewhere in that ballpark. But if you go 2-1, you only jump 30 to 40 points, right? So you're barely leaping ahead in people around your skill level instead of taking massive strides. But for me, like if I go 3-0, I go from like top 200 to top 50. Yeah. And those are completely different player pools. Like I don't really want to play versus those people because they care a lot more than I do right now. So it's far easier to throw the round and just try to go 2-1 each week and call it a day. Actually, I think it went 7-2. That's what I did last time, because I didn't take the last week 3-0.
You were a cheating bastard.
Well, it goes into threes, so I'm not worried about what happens in threes because I don't care. So it's like I was gonna take the win right now.
Well, speaking of threes, we've got a great question for you, Karth.
Yeah.
LC says, "Welcome back, Karth. How are you guys planning on using the new FDMs in threes?"
I mean,
pretty straightforward. I mean, there's not much ambiguity on these with the Ray and the Hermit.
I mean, yeah, Ray. The problem with Ray and her cron is that in threes the team is a lot less powerful.
Yeah, I think it's offensive. It's an offensive cron.
Because you don't get to use Hux, and you don't get to use you have to, because you need a tank.
You have to have a tank.
And you have to be kind of slow because you never want to take turn. There's just a lot of things that kind of bounce back and forth in the nuances. So it's just, I don't think it's going to really matter a hell of a lot on what we do with it. But I'll put the clones on defense in the back. I'll get Tarkin as Kron and as Ami and have him go sit in the back.
same.
And we'll go play around with stuff and see what happens. But I mean, like, I'm to the point now where it's just like, we'll probably just dump everything on defense, see what happens the first week, and call it a day. There's a lot of like, it's like I said, the big thing with most of these crons is going to be the defense. That's going to be the real ball ache when it comes to 3v3. Is can I put a 300% defense cron down and watch you just throw bricks at the wall that just aren't going to do anything? And so I think that's really what it's going to come down to is like, can you get like 4 to 5, like 300% plus defense crons and then just set them down on the field and watch your opponent cry because they timed out on every single battle because they couldn't kill your Ray who keeps full healing every time she ults.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be one of those things. Like, I think a lot of the cron power is going to come from the stats of the actual cron set and not the FDCs. I think with the FDCs, you're going to have to take a lot of them to offense for the pure sake of if your opponent does have a lot of defense, you're going to have to chew through it. And to chew through it, you're going to need that ramping damage from a lot of these crons or true damage of some kind. So, Bo-Katan will be a good offensive measure. Slacker will be a good offensive measure. JML with the Yoda Crown will be a good offensive measure. There's a lot of things that will help, but it's going to be one of those things where if you're going to rely on punching through, you're going to need to take as much true damage and offense ramp as you can.
Yeah, offense ramping is going to be very key on these, especially against the defense and stuff you're going to be facing. But yes, welcome back, Karth, indeed. So we're here for a little while. I know Scribe just started, but he's going to do Scribe shit for a little bit, so we'll hang out with you guys for a little while longer. Any questions you have for myself or Karth, feel free to get that in. Happy Friday to everybody. Happy TGIF. And yeah, get your questions in. Do all that stuff. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe, subs. If you want to buy me a drink, it's there. Stuff. Oh, no jiggity. No doubt says, I'm coming over to the U.S. tomorrow. How are you, my friend? Where are you headed? Is this for vacation, Jiggity, or for business? Business or pleasure, Jiggity? Maybe a little bit of both, Karth. I don't know. Could be both. Could be both.
I just want to know where this stupid UPS truck is.
You'll get your whiskey when you get it.
It's just,
You're like a little kid on Christmas.
I know, but like, honest to God, every other time UPS comes to my house, they are at my house by 1 o'clock. Well, the only reason I care is I'm trying to go home to go visit my family this weekend. Mm-hmm. So like, if they get here super late, I don't want to drive home tonight. So it's like, I'm stuck with like half a dozen plans in the air waiting for this guy to show up to my house. So I was like, I just want you to be done so I can figure out what I'm doing next. I'm tired of waiting for your ass.
Jiggity says pure vacation. Hell yeah, brother. Enjoy yourself. I don't know where in the US you're going, but I'm sure it'll be freaking-tastic. And it's the summertime here. Summertime. It's the summertime, baby. So yes, nice warm weather. Beautiful, beautiful areas to visit. Some I wouldn't visit. They're just temperature-wise crazy. But for the most part, it's still pretty mild out there, Karth. It's not gotten too ridiculous yet. We're still late spring. Yeah.
Mostly, yeah. Get to August, and then August gets unbearable.
Yeah, it started in July into August, and then parts of September, you're just in there going, I'm melting. You're meeting someone I know in Texas, deep in the heart of Texas. Not around my old stomping grounds of Houstonian, Texas, is it? Yes. The plot thickens. Yes.
Somebody that I used to know. Somebody I used to know. That's all I got for you.
You didn't have to cut me up. You know this.
I do.
I remember when that video first came out, I was like, what am I watching? When I started hearing the song, I'm like, is that Sting? It's not Sting. Who is this? And then the girl started singing. I'm like, ooh, this is different. Very nice. Well, I hope you have a wonderful vacation there in the heart of Tejas. Hope you get some delicious food. some cervezas. Hanging out with whoever you're hanging out with. Could be, we don't know. But I hope you have a wonderful time. Welcome to Texas. All my exes live in Texas. Texas is the place I really long to be. Are the drop rates for the new corn ridiculous? I'm assuming you mean cron. Because me and Karth are a lot of things. Corn experts are not. Unless it's the band corn, that's a different subject. Me and Karth can go into that, but not corn.
Or it's like a corn mash that you turn into
Corn
whiskey.
mash, yes. I guess we are some experts on this. Okay, I take that back. All right, I think you mean cron. No, I just did a pull. I just did a normal pull like I normally would, and I got 4, so they seem okay.
I think it's just a little bit of trying.
A little bit trying, a little bit of.
And you get them. Yeah, because I mean, I did one where I did 20 pulls at one time, and I got 2, and then I did the same thing again and got like 9.
Yeah, I think I did 14 or 13 and got 4. When I did it. So yeah.
It's when you're doing the small ones and you get nothing, it kind of hurts you a little bit, but do a couple 50 refreshes and pull them, and then and it's still way cheaper than that is the one thing when it comes to Datacrons. It is so much cheaper to waste crystals on refreshes and sims in Conquest than it ever is to buy anything from the store ever.
Well, no, we Aragon, we don't call them corns. You called them corns. Your exact messages are the drop rates for the new corn ridiculous. And I started going, popcorn. Be honest. No, I knew what you meant. I just read it and had to take
someone's giving out free corn.
I mean, shit. Corn on the cob is the bomb diggity bomb. Smeagol says, if you want to talk about bad drop rates, the car bonus drops from mods are awful. I didn't get a lot. Yeah, they're not great.
Well, yeah, but the drop rate on that stuff's always awful. That's never going to change. When the events exist purely for drop rates for shards, and then so once you're done with them, it's like the drop rates for everything else is trash.
Yeah.
Which I'm okay with. I'm fine with that. I don't need an endless supply of free gear coming through. I know I say that as somebody who's got everything, but
the rest of us do, as other peons do, Karth. All right.
I know, but the reason the event is running is for the shards. That's the main thing. So that as long as that drop rate's decent, I don't care that the gear you get after the fact isn't as good.
It's kind of like a little icing on top. It is kind of I mean, that's not bad. You got 12 Zetas from 6 refreshes. I mean, not great, but it's better than 0. I mean, it's not extraordinarily good, but it's not. I don't expect it to be good, is what I'm saying. That's right, Aragon. Hey, you keep drinking that whiskey, my friend. That's why you had corn and not cron on the brain. That's right. Let's do some more mats here. I don't know. Should I do a big pull for some more Datacrons or get some more mats? I think I need some more mats.
Honest to God, I have no idea. All I've been doing is simming mats for the last 4 days.
Same. That's why I've got the ones I've got. I'm just like, do I finish this one to 7?
I don't even think about it anymore. It's like the week 1 of a new set is just always just dumping into the crons.
Pray.
Yep, and pray.
All right, we'll do it. I'm gonna do it, skewers.
When you don't get good ones, you just whip out that credit card.
No.
Buy multiple
again.
vaults.
No cards. No.
I gave Meathead some grief today because the promo for the discount on the relic bundle that he put out today. I found out after I already bought the relic bundle, so I was like, "You owe me $20." I will take it and free crystals to my account. Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Thanks for playing. Bye-bye.
Now, granted, I don't think I'll ever see it, but
No, but you have to make
you don't get what you don't ask for. That's all.
That's
I'm
right.
saying.
That's right. If you want something, you got to ask for it. All you can
Even
be.
if it's
The worst that's
ludicrous.
going to happen, you get told no. See, I have 5 crons.
Well, I mean, you can get shamed and ridiculed and made fun of. That all.
Well, that's
can happen
different.
too,
Yes, that's a whole
but
nother
usually
level.
that involves a woman and trying to ask them
Well,
on a date. And
yeah.
that's kind of worms.
Well, you get slapped in the face, and then you move on to the next one.
Listen, all you got to do is get that kink fired off. Just get a little pain for pleasure, and
That's
then,
right.
then it becomes a pleasurable evening if you get rejected. Just saying. Just throwing that out there. Some bad advice for everybody else.
Our good friend in the Whitefly says, Karth, if the game is exactly the same state 12 months from now, your outlook.
Exactly the same state. What do you mean by exactly the same state, though? Are we talking about like the same
GC,
turn of characters?
yeah, same
Or
thing.
talking
Raid. There's no new
GAC,
GAC, TW. Yes, nothing's
like-
really changed, but the raid and maybe another PVE thing they did or something. So nothing changed in PVE. TW. It's the same thing. Maybe like a new raid. What would be your outlook?
I wouldn't be too excited about it. I think that they need to do a decent overhaul on the PvP side of the game once again, just because of how many characters that exist, where the power curve has gotten to, where the reward structure is at. I think you need to update things for people that are further along. You know, it's like I remember way back in the day where
yes,
you know, 8 million GP was Kraken territory, and you know that was big spender land and things of said nature. But like now it's like that's double to 16 million GP, but the game really hasn't gone up in the same curve. And I understand to a degree why CG is really focused on that mid-game player experience. They're not as concerned about the super end game players. But I think at a certain junction you do need to keep that alive, because that is what the way it works right now is that's where the community is based on.
Yes.
You know, a lot of the players that, or people that create content for the game, are older players, and so a lot of what their communities are built on are end game players. And so I feel like, you know, it gives people that are joining something to look forward to, where they can get to. But if you want to keep them around, you got to keep kind of moving that goalpost. So I mean, PvP does need some attention.
It needs some love, brother. It needs some major love, man. TW especially. Jesus Christ. God. Oh. And then we definitely need a new league for Kyber. And we need to do some
Kyber,
expansion.
Kyber needs a way to break away. I think what they really need to do, not just in the fact that they need to break away in a new league, it's just like you need to be able to separate some things on just, you need to reward players that try hard and want to play things competitively, and separate players that don't from that. And I know that's a hard thing for people to do, because, you know, that's just more mechanics they want to put into play. And I understand that you know, CG's development is always focused on what they can monetize and not really what they give away for free. And I understand the dilemma there, but you know, with no real incentive to, you know, in TW, right? There's no real incentive to always go on with 50 out of 50. There's no real incentive to perform top tier. You're actually better off kind of going a little undermanned, and then you pick up better rewards. You know, a lot of guilds don't make 50 out of 50 a thing anymore because there's just no point. It's better off to be like, hey, if you can't play, don't show up. It's better to just stay out of it. You know, I don't think the sandbagging,
it's not a thing, man. There are it's not. I hate that.
There
are definitely assholes out there, but they're few and far between most guilds that are just like, it's TW, who gives a shit.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's just like, you don't. Most players are not willingly joining a guild to willingly throw away resources to just have a better win rate in the guild. Like, that is the dumbest thing I think I've ever heard in my life. Now, more likely when people mean sandbagging now is they just mean people aren't requiring 50 out of 50, which is not a thing in endgame guilds anymore because there is no point for it. Like, if people have lives, and it's more important that they go in with all the players who want to play than it is to go with all the players that are in the guild. So that's never going to change. It's fine. Don't worry about it. But the reward structure for TW needs an overhaul. It needs to be more interesting. It needs to be more brackets.
Yes.
A different board layout would be cool. Different mechanics at play would be interesting. Just something that kind of makes up the mode. That's not just how many people bought the newest, legendary and got the newest, most overpowered cron and set that up front, and then the guild, they get matched versus the guild that doesn't have any of those things, and then they stall out in the front walls, right? Like, that's really not what TW should be boiled down to for like 60% of the player base, and then everyone else kind of plays
What they want.
relatively fine. But
yeah, it's just one of those things. The PvP needs some, just in both categories need some. We have not had really any PvP kind of updates in years, really. So
I don't want to ever get down to this like the banning, like the ban system where you this week.
No, God, no, that was the dumbest thing they've ever done.
Yeah, I don't want to go down that road again, but I would like to have things of like, hey, you get a zone modifier for something. You decide what zone it goes into. You can make it a little bit more intricate without making it too crazy. You can add a bigger map. You can add different ways to attack things. There's a lot of things they could do. I don't want to really get down the rabbit hole on that.
Well, yeah,
it's never ending. But if overall, to get back to the question, if PvP does not change in the next 6 months to a year, then I think it gets to the point where you got to start hanging up the blasters.
Yeah,
and that's actually work calling. So I'm gonna have to dip out of here, but I will.
All right.
Catch you later.
All right, Karth, go get your whiskey. Everybody say goodbye to Karth. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. We love you. Very nice. Karth whiskey. All right, we'll go for a little while longer here. Then we're gonna go raid Squibbles. Good conversations. Happy Friday, everybody. Good to see you all here. Different TW doesn't punish you the same way in all other. Yeah, in other game modes, you got to have participation, right? Like, you have to participate in the raid. You have to, as a group, participate in ROTE, because that is just, you need as much as you can milk out of that. If TW, you win, great. If you don't, okay. Meh. You get some reward still, and it's like, so yeah, I think as a guild, you are definitely pot committed on that PvE side of things, and you are like, GAC is your own thing. How you doing GAC is up to you. TW is the guild thing, but regardless of how you play it or not, it is what it is. But yeah. No, I think that every guild's kind of like that. And someone brought it up in the chat, and we're the same in my guild. It's like, if you join TW, you're committed. You have to do your defense, and you got to make attacks, and you are in it to win it. If not, then don't bother. And if real life happens, it gives flex, and I like that it gives flex for people that are like, maybe they just had a baby, or there's a sudden illness or an emergency, or something happened that they can't, feel like obligated that they have to do that one event, and it frees them up, and I'm okay with that. I like that flexibility of that. And I don't think that's a bad thing. And you want to say we're sandbagging? I mean, someone accused us that I don't know, a month or two ago. It's like, no, we're not. You don't like it, fuck off. Yeah, they could do it based on just on total GP and just, base it off that. I don't know, white flag. I don't have the answers. I just get ideas. CG is going to make the call on what they want to do eventually. I mean, so yeah. But happy Friday, everybody. Good stuff, good conversations, good questions, good drinkies. No, not for TW. Not for anything that has not been touched in, what, 5 years. You know, an event where it's like, it's not that important. I mean, the rewards can matter, but it's like not a breaking thing. Like ROTE, getting stars, getting those next levels is important. The raid rewards, they make a difference. I mean, that stuff adds up over time. But GAC and TW are kind of, you know, separate category. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong. If you win in TW, it's nice. You don't, you still get some stuff. You're not totally hurt. And then GAC, the same thing. If you do some participation but don't win, you still get something from it, you know. But yeah, to be successful in the PvE side, you have to have all hands on. But yeah, for TW and the other crap, yeah, it's, okay. I just, it's, yeah, but they have not touched PvP in so long. It can, in the sense, if you win a lot, like, you know, the mats themselves, like the slice mats, but the crystals do add up, right? You know, winning GAC matches, those crystals do make a difference, right? Over time, right? Like, it helps me, you know, with winning the events and placing as high as I do in Kyber 1 White Fly over time, you know, being able to get the next round of characters in the stages that I'm in. So I would say it doesn't truly matter. I don't think it totally matters, but it's still important. But I think it's a step above, I would say, TW, Mike. But, you know, the raid and RT are just something, that's a guild thing. That's an activity. You have 49 other people relying on your participation in that. But then again, if you're a giant Kraken with a giant whale account and you just spend in GAC crystals, you're not really giving a shit about either. It's those competitive people that don't spend that much that kind of want those crystals. But it kind of goes back and forth. The squishes suck, man. That's why I'm not higher up, because I get squished all the time. We climb up to around 3,800 and I get squished right back down to 3,700, and when we start the horse shit again. I mean, some people, they just don't want to commit the time for GAC, because GAC is a time commitment. I mean, if you're going to fully commit battles in GAC, you are going to be committed for a certain length of time to do those battles, right? And it's like, you not helter skelter. You're not just going in there and just pushing buttons. You got to think about it and strategize, figure out what you're going to do. Yeah, it's a time sink. And then some people, because people say, I'm 4 million, why am I matching with somebody 10 million? Because they don't give a shit about GAC. And it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Yeah, you've seen me stream. I mean, usually GACs. Now, of course, I'm streaming and we're interacting and stuff, but I mean, it's the commitment. The higher you get in GAC, the matches, they take longer. It's more involved. It gets more complicated. The more in depth it gets. So yeah. And if you try to mail it in, fine. But if you're mailing it in hoping that you're going to win, most times you're not going to win. You're going to get a lightsaber up the butthole. And I don't think anybody here, unless that's your kink, wants the old lightsaber in the butthole. So yes, continue with your questions and stuff. Give you greetings. Happy Friday to everybody. Getting everybody warmed up, because, you know, we're going to be spending the rest of the night streaming and we'll be hanging out with Scribbles. It is definitely a thought process, Wi-Fi, and you guys have seen me do the thought process over and over again. I mean, certain teams, you get used to certain patterns and stuff, and you kind of see and know you kind of know what to expect once you know, after a certain point. But even then, you're still like, but if I use this here, then what if they have this in the back? So you got to do some thinking on it. I don't think in GAC I'm with Karth. I don't think that team is going to be very good on defense. I do think in TW that's a different story. TW Datacrons can change, or Armacrons and Datacrons can change the face of what a team does. I'll give you an example. The Ahsoka team, I have all the TW Omicrons on that team, and people have a fucking nightmare of a time facing them. I mean, my Ahsoka gets 3 or 4 holes every TW place it. They're all high relic, Ezra's 9, crazy Datacron, and then I've got all the TW Omicrons on that thing. Yeah, not being able to go after Jocasta is kind of a big deal, because if she gets loose, she's gonna cook your caboose. Hey, I'm a lyrical poet and I didn't even know it. Hey, I did it again. Oops, I did it again. I made up a rhyme. Or haiku, I don't know. But yes, good to see you guys here. Welcome, happy Friday, everybody. Happy TGIF. But I told you, Karth joined, and he's more level-headed about this stuff than I am. But that's all right. We need Karth's viewpoint on these matters. I will be the ragey one. You'll be the calm one. All sides. Perspective on all sides. But yes, any questions you guys have, anything like that? We're not really doing anything. Good games, not much going on. It's a Friday. It's Conquest. It's not really much going on in the game. I'll have to do some arena climbing here, but I mean... Wait, did Wag already go ahead of me? If he did, I'm making my moves. Oh, he's already at number 1. Oh. Oh. Let's hit Star Wars. You always have a choice, what? I will make it legal. Well, I mean, Leviathan versus Leviathan is boring, but it's, you know, it's consistent. So yeah, it's just something I do every day. Get my crystals, move on. Crystals matter, kids. They matter. Anything that's RNG related, like we've had in the past, is well, it's poo-poo diarrhea, as you guys all have experienced. Not good. Hey, look, we're winning. And we'll just pop that off. It's fantastic. Tell you when Fleet's not boring. GAC. Then the RNG bites you in the butt. And then you lose by 1 banner. Yeah, I didn't mind the JMK mirror match at all. Not at all. Megan says, been getting first in Fleet on my free-to-play with the starting lineup of Tide Vance, Houndstooth, and Marauder with Mace Cap versus Executors. Pretty good. I mean, that tracks. That tracks, Smegan. Yeah, that tracks. Very good. Very, very good. Gotta get them crystals, baby. They add up. Allows you to get things. I think Fleet is what it is, right? But I do it because I like crystals. They help me get things. I want more. So we do the things in the game. Maybe we're bored and stuff like that, but it's... No, it's a resource management game, so we manage our resources so we can get the nice things that we want for later on. Like new shiny things. Oh, God. That last 2 days really kicked my ass, skewers. Oh, I'm feeling sore all over. All right. Yeah, anything on you guys' mind? I think we've covered the gambit here. We've covered FTCs, we've covered the new raid, we've covered everything. But what do you really want to talk about? It's Friday. Whatever. Whatevs. Happy here just to shoot the shit with you and drink some bourbon and hang out with you wonderful and amazing folks. Scribe's order is Ship Arena, Conquest, Ray, GCT. What is your next Relic 9 for the subs? We're doing Tarkin. I already said I would do that next, so... yeah, we got to reset the goal, don't we? Oh, yeah, so we got Deba and Mace were the last two that GLD got us, and then Tarkin will be going to 9. And we'll set a new goal. I have a bad feeling that it's going to end up being fucking pirates. But we'll cut that. We'll get to that when we get there. I don't know. I always get nervous on Fridays and Saturdays when I stream because those two maniacs who are not here right now, thank Christ. GLD and Pilsy, man. Oh yeah, I do have to take her to 9, don't I? Son of a... Got about... Hey. Just add that to the favorites. Yeah, gotta take it to 9, so she's on the favorite board. It'd be fantastic. Here she is. God almighty. Well, the new one will be for Ayla. Well, I gotta do her anyway, but shit. We'll save that for the next goal. It'll be in one of the pirates or whatever you guys decide. Unless Jildy comes in here and molests me, and then he'll decide on whatever it is. Four Relic 9s in 2 weeks. I'm going to lose my mind, skewers. Holy shit. Holy shiznizzle. Really thought we were getting caught up there, didn't we? I really did. And then Schmegan comes along and decided to just square kick me around the balls. Thanks, Schmegan. Oh, I don't see this is different, Schmegan. I don't allow the chat to pick that shit like that. Like, I'll give you the choices you can pick, but oh yeah, you're not just gonna no. Besides, the skewers said a long time ago, this kind of stuff we'll save for charity streams. Like, you know, picking one of these really gross characters. I always do it for one of the ACS events, and we raise a lot of money there. Yeah. Hell no, I'm doing Ayla and I'm doing Grand Moff Tarkin, baby. No, I'm gonna get them all. Well, all 4. I've got enough. I'll have enough for all 4 Relic 9s. I won't have any Relic 9s afterwards while I fly, but I will get those 4 characters enough for the raid. I'm a man of my word. I introduce a little anarchy. Captain Blackbeard, yar, my fellow captain of the seas. Says, how do you balance conquest credits spent in conquest? Just characters, simpacks, or boosters? What do you mean? How do you balance conquest credits spent in characters? So for the first 2 rounds of conquest, if you're talking like the burritos and stuff, it's always a new character. And then the 3rd round of the conquest, I will look at like Relic 8 stuff, things of that nature, Captain Blackbeard. Yeah, so like I said, I'm hoping that I won't have to do that for pirates, that I won't be forced. I'll do the requirements for the GL, but I'm not going to be going hard Relic 9s for those characters unless I'm forced to. But yeah, I don't usually get like any of that other stuff. Like I don't Sims or boosters or anything like that. Path and Blackbird. It's just straight naked. One shot both ways. And then third round, I call it my casual cache conquest, where I just get to sit around, don't even have to worry about what crate I mean, I get like the blue crate, I think, and I get the new character, and then I'll buy like a shit ton of impulse detectors and some signal data, stuff like that. So yeah. But yeah, I don't usually spend on any of that crap. I've never had the need to. But then again, I've got an in-game account, so it could be different in your circumstances on what you use your burritos on. It's your credits. Your cash. Great cash, homie. Well, yeah, I said I would do it, so I might as well finish it right. And we got 21 out of 25 on Deepa. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'll make, hopefully when we do her on Tuesday, make that a little bit less of a nightmare. We'll be ready for Mace the week after, and we'll get him, and then the raid will launch, and then I'll take Rentarkin and Ayla to 9, and I'll lose my goddamn mind. How do we want to mod Ayla, by the way? Never really thought about it before, skewers. Not a character I've really given a shit about before. Suggestions, please. I don't know why fly, yeah. Offensive what, Baby Yoda eyes? I'm getting really low on offense mods, man. I can't keep up with all these characters need fucking offense. I think we may have to stick with crit damage. Oh, let's say I did crit damage. Let's say crit damage. What would be the other set? Potency, maybe? Potency? Are we thinking potency on her? For the stun, maybe? Go like offensive primaries on these. I can go offense primaries, but I am hurting on offense mods, and I still got 2 more characters, Dip and Mace. It's like, Jesus. Okay, so crit damage we can do, but not crit chance. Let's go potency and crit damage. See what we can do here. I like Baby Yoda eyes. Who knows what the hell he's talking about? Let's see if we can get that potency number up. Okay, let me see what I can do. Could go offense, more offense. Do you want to go more offense or potency on the C? We could go, I think, potency cross. Well, let me sort this by speed. That might help. Let me see here. I don't want speed. Let's filter by... Yeah, I think offensive arrow. Let's do potency first. Okay, we've got a 5 and a 10. Let's put this one on and we'll enhance it up. Got some speed. What do you got? Flat offense. Let's go with this one. Then we'll go offense primaries for the next 3 1 want. We got an arrow. What do you got there? That one. And then let's take that. I can go with this. Okay. What do you got? Not bad. It's 20 speed. I'm going to keep it. And then that one's got... a little less speed, but it's got some potency on it. Take 3 less speed for that. All right, 98.72. We're much slower, but we have slicing left to do. So oh, we got to do the triangle. We want offense. Really, I don't have an offensive percentage crit damage. Someone has got to have one of these somewhere that I'm not even using. What do you got? What do you got? What do you get? Here, have this. That's true. So, yeah. So we got offense. Offense there, which will get bumped. Some flat offense, some best we can do right now. So, yeah, once we get that all sliced up, her stats will go up. Plus relic 9, so yeah. You're welcome, Captain Blackbeard. Hi, Archie! All right. So I got some slicing to do on her. We did fix Tarkin already, so I don't have to dick around with his mods. And then we'll see if all our offensive mods for the new kids coming around the corner. Did I look at mods? I think I did. Let's look again. I did. We had that tenacity mod though. Yes, good. All right. Hello, lovely Ouchie. Neil Venom, what's up, buddy? Cicilla Ranger and Skewered Ranger, I posted an update on how I'm displaying my Lego collection in RC General Discord. Well, let me go look at that real quick. Oh, that looks cool. That looks pretty sick. I like it. That's some good Star Wars shit right there, I'll tell you what. When you're a collector, you display your collection. We've worked hard for it, man. Alright, so we got Ayla squared away. We got another relic. Tarkin's already squared away. I got to do some more slice on him, but I got him in a really good, nice position. For the raid, we'll get him to 9. He's going 9, 9, 9. Did I mess her mace? 9! Then hopefully parts, we don't have to do a lot of relic 9 on them. Whatever is going to be needed for the Galactic Legend is all I'm planning on doing. Good God. That looks cool, Neo Venom. I like that, buddy. That looks dopest to the ropest, my friend. All right. I don't know what I'm doing. Happy Friday, everybody. TGIF. I need some more flow. All right, I'll do another flow. Welcome. All right. Take your turn. You're going to go first, as always. Blah, blah, blah. Then I'll do my stuff. I wonder what's going to happen next. Like I've done this fight. Weird, I know. Just can't get this shaking feet. I've done this before. So is the GL for Pirates going to be a leader, and the leader that's the next marquee is like, yeah, for the first group, I think Pirates will be the marquee leader, and then the GL will be the leader for the next one. No, the next Conquest unit will be probably the lifter for the next Galactic Legend. There's Smeagol. I like what you're thinking there, buddy. You're on it. which we'll get in like 6 months. Yes, good. No, the next, it's not, it's just a pirate, probably a lifter, not a pirate leader. It's confirmed that the Conquest unit after SM3 is a pirate leader. The only reason I can think they would be doing that, I don't remember if that's the case, but if that is the case, until you get the Galactic Legend, you have a character you can use as a leader until you get the Galactic Legend, and the Galactic Legend will still be a leader. They've done that with characters before, even with lifters. Okay, yeah, I can see how that works. Okay, yeah, that's probably what they're doing. Okie dokie, artichokes. Happy Friday. Buddy's up there barking like a maniac, as he does. I'm not going up this time. I'm not doing it, skewers. I've gone up there many times. Yeah. Streaming, what's up?
I need to keep.
Oh, really?
I can't fix it. I can't get anyone out here until Monday.
I wonder what was going on with Buddy. I'm like, God, did someone else knock on the door today? Well, now it sucks to hear. All right. Well, apparently we need a new fridge. How great. Well, mind of a man makes a mookie. Don't mind me, I'm just checking some stuff here. Okay, sorry gang. Bad news. So, yeah, Maz is the light side pirate lead. I agree. Well, oh no. Whining. I'm gonna have to go take care of Buddy. Such a mama's boy. Well, let's do this then. I gotta go check on see what's going on with this fridge. So what the hell's going on? All right, let me get you guys over to Scribe. Gonna plan on streaming a little longer here, but let me get you guys over to Scribe. You guys can hang out with Scribe, and I'll be on there with him in a little bit. Let me go see what's going on with this refrigerator. Sorry, gang. Hey, Ray Rock. Yep, sorry. Let me get you over to Scribe Gaming, and then I'll be there in a little bit. I'll jump in the Discord, and when he pulls me in, he pulls me in. We're good hanging out with you guys here on a Friday. Love you guys. Have fun with Scribe. Obviously, come have fun with all of us tonight. Good discussion, good questions today and stuff. YouTube, just go to Scribe Gaming. You guys know the deal. I can't raid you over there, so yes. We'll do that, and then I'll be over here doing some streams this weekend as well. We'll do some Jedi Academy. We'll do some Dungeons and Dragons. So yes. So if I don't see you over there, I'll see you in one of those other streams. If not, I'll see you when I see you. So love you guys. Have a great weekend.